Hello, welcome back to my Old Republic playthrough with Oplec Jeris, the Jedi Knight. So last time, we actually did numerous things. First of all, we went to the ruins of Caliph, where we took out a Flesh Raider camp and ran into a very chatty Flesh Raider before taking him out. That then led us to planting cameras all over the place, which we're about to respond to one of the strongholds in Caliph now. We also went back into the Flesh Raider territory to basically take out a shield generator so August could go into their stronghold. And we came face to face with a hologram of the mastermind behind all this, Bengal Mor. And the Flesh Raiders may have retaliated by attacking the crop fields here in Kalakori village, and we may or may not have broken the Jedi code.
Greetings. You are cleared for the following travel routes.
And formed a bit of an attachment with the new matriarch, Kurana Telven. Which we did tell August about, so... yeah, we may have just let him down. But we gotta head back into the Caliph area to take on a Flesh Raider stronghold, where we can find, well, where we would find Flesh Raiders. And we should also be coming close to the end of Tython's storyline, at least for the Jedi Knight, as... well, we've not really got many areas left to explore. And we still need to track down Bengal Mor. But again, August has specifically told us that if we do run into Bengal, we should leave and contact him immediately. However, we are about to enter a phase, so hopefully he doesn't show up, so we can take out all these Flesh Raiders.
Edlen vervia kallig tob keret. Atenger kellet wiesel mi az.
What's your name? How'd you get here?
Enseji SEJ Kimge Atlas. Estavo lab meg mindig uge. Oze disazos. Homaleban. Berega mosdu. Latlan felet gegob es elenga agiob.
An alien commands the Flesh Raiders. Is he here?
Kan faitanche. Vol jira kan. Is as Allah sone parton as at Allah zokizal.
Guy just stands up just to fall back down. Poor guy. I think the least we can do for this lost Jedi is to recover his lightsaber. Here we go. Yeah, we seem to be surviving, doing a lot more surviving now that we have HK watching us, watching our back. We normally wouldn't have HK, But basically, he is tied to a quest line that is later on within the storyline. But because I've already completed that quest line with at least one character, I have access to get him for 1 million credits for every character I make onwards. Well, here we go. That Flesh Raider seems to have a blue sword. Looks very lasery to me. There we go. No.
The Flesh Raider camp's out of commission, Master, but they were all Force users. They killed a Jedi named Lauta. His body is in these ruins. What should I do?
We'll reclaim our fallen later. Just got a distress call from the Twi'lek settlement. They spotted Bengal Mor. Our forces are spread out dealing with the secret camps. We're the only ones who can handle this. I'm on my way to the settlement. Meet me there.
Looks like we're gonna head back to the settlement. And now it seems like it's time to end this. Let's go on quick travel. And let's finally put an end to the threat of Bengal Mor. Hopefully we can get the chance to redeem him. But most Dark Jedis, it might be too late for them. Alright, we're going in. I don't see any Bengal of Mors or any battle damage, so something might be a little off.
Master Orgus responded to your distress call. I was to meet him here. What's happened?
Nothing. We didn't send any distress call. Things have been quiet since you left. I haven't seen or spoken to Master Orgus.
Master Orgus should have gotten here ahead of me.
I'm sure it's a misunderstanding. Your master will turn up. Stay here a while. I feel safer when you're close. Stop it! What are you doing?
Matriarch, step aside. Handing over the boy's master wasn't enough. This Padawan has to die.
I told you to leave him alone. That was the pact.
Bengal Mor refused your terms. This is to save our people.
You lied to my face. How could you do that?
Your Jedi can't win. They're all going to die. But I can save you.
Bengal Mor came to me, said he'd end the Flesh Raider attacks if we gave him your master.
He asked us to kill you too. But I said no. I told him we'd keep you here. Please, Morant. You can't hurt him.
If we don't do what we're told, Bengal Mor will kill us all.
You don't want to hurt anyone. You want to leave here peacefully.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
We should leave here peacefully.
Yes, better that way. Here, perhaps you can use these. We don't need them.
This was all a terrible mistake. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was going to save you. Save us all.
The harder you hold on to me, the more you lose control.
I've lost so much. And I couldn't lose you too. Bengal Mor took Orgus to someplace called the Forge. Reactivate your droid. It might know where to find them. It was never in my heart to betray you. Forgive me. Please.
I don't condone what you've done, but I understand.
I'm so sorry for all of this. Tell me what I can do to make this right.
Learn from this mistake. Spend your life atoning for what you've done.
I won't waste this chance. That's a promise. My people should hear what's happened. It's best if I tell them. I hope you find your master.
So it seems we were betrayed by the Twi'leks. I'm just glad we were able to resolve this peacefully.
Please, excuse me. Others require my full attention.
Even if it had to require some, hand-waving. Anyway, we should probably talk to T7 so we can learn about the Forge and save August.
Bengal Mor took my master someplace called the Forge. Do you know where that is?
Alright. And I'm gonna pull out...
Deactivating now.
There we go. Pulling out T7. Now let's open our holocom.
I am A4PO, Jedi Archivist. How may I help you?
Transmit everything you know about the Forge to my droid T7.
That area is considered highly dangerous. May I inquire why you need this data?
Flesh Raiders captured Master Orgus and took him there.
By the stars, what perfectly awful timing. The Temple Masters are all indisposed fighting Flesh Raiders. I will alert them immediately, but they may be unable to assist you. Transmitting data now.
Right, so before we go off to save Master Orgus, might as well quickly show these off. So every companion gets one of these types of customization options. It doesn't usually affect the item of clothing they wear. That's mainly what we put on them. But for T7, seeing as he doesn't wear armor, what you see here is what he would normally look like. This is his customization 2, which, for those of you who want to roleplay as Anakin or Luke and have a droid companion like R2 by your side, you want this specific customization option, as it gives the R2 blue on him. Over here, bit of a red one if you want a red astromech. Red's usually a cool color, and I like that. Or, hell, if you want to be an Obi-Wan type character and have, if you want to be Obi-Wan or Ahsoka, this would be the type of one you would go for if you're doing something like that. Or you can just pick if you just like the color red. Now this one is just like him, but fancier, so... yeah, lots of different custom... there are more, but these are the main 3 we have to choose from. We could also just have him in his default look. However, I do like the color red, so I'm actually going to give him the customization for that. And I completely forgot to sort out my inventory. I need to send this to my normal Jedi Knight, because I'm working on the new seasonal companion over on him. Well, over on him first, before I focus on any other ones. So, first chance I get at a mailbox, I'll send that over to him. But other than that, let's get my inventory sorted, because it's
post exchange around.
Looking a bit cramped in there. Now, believe it or not, I've already got... this lightsaber was pulled from my collection, so I had already planned out what type of lightsaber I want this character to use. So we should be approaching that moment where we can do that.
Good luck out there.
So don't worry, you'll basically see more of that lightsaber once we get there. Ah, mailbox. Right. What I'm going to do quickly is actually send this. Oh, I need to boom. There we go, and put that there. I'm actually also going to send... I'll send this to him as well, just to be safe. There we go. So they all should be in the hands of my regular Jedi Knight that I play off screen.
Mechanized travel is for official business only.
Yeah, regarding the Jedi Knight storylines and beyond, you'll mainly be seeing Oplec Jeris. But if I ever feel like streaming, showing off other stuff, I might use any of my other characters, or I might use the ones I'm doing a playthrough of. But mainly sticking to the characters I'm doing a playthrough of. Oh, that's an interesting looking character. Oh! I got a season level. That's because the time turned 1 o'clock, and usually at that point, that's when the daily reset happens. So I was just doing a quick see what was on offer at that time. So I'm not usually one for updating, but this is basically what's on offer at this moment. Of course, the Mandalorian Nomad armor is basically based off of the Mandalorian, the Beskar variant of the armor anyway. We're heading the wrong way. We're heading into Kaleth. We want to head basically this way. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. There's a lot of stuff in this game that you might find is inspired by some canon characters. For example, there's an armor set in this game that resembles both Obi-Wan. There's an armor set in this game that is inspired by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. There is one I can also say is reminiscent of Darth Vader, but I wouldn't say it's entirely inspired by him. But obviously the Old Republic can't put their exact armors into a game that's set hundreds of years or thousands of years before the events of the movies, so understandable. But that's where our creative minds come into play. Like, we could literally create an armor set that's basically, those armor sets are a start to help us create a look more reminiscent of the character. that we want to create. So yeah, that's kind of one of the things I like about the customization in the Old Republic. We can find an outfit that we like. Well, we can find a character we like and then try to create an outfit that's inspired from them. And it really adds some, like, bit of a roleplay element to the game, so you could see how the story would react if you were acting like that specific character. For example, the whole brash and arrogant Jedi known as Anakin Skywalker, who got himself turned to the dark side. You never know, but his choices in the Old Republic, choices that he could make normally, which would be made in the Old Republic, could get him promoted to the rank of Master. And a seat on the Jedi Council. Basically, you could end, by making the choices Anakin would make in the Old Republic, you could end up, well, he could end up fulfilling his dreams. And there'd be no Mace Windu to tell him to take a seat. But yeah, that's an interesting part regarding customization in the Old Republic. But anyway, we need to continue on to the Forge, because Bengal has captured our master. So let's just... We just got another bonus mission to get through. And then it's our time to go toe-to-toe with the Bengal of the Moors. Oh, that one's got Force Lightning. Oh, here's a little interesting little ability right here. Heroic Moment. So, when you use Heroic Moment, it actually gives you 8 more abilities that appear up there. Those abilities are tied to each of the specific classes. So there's one tied to the Jedi Knight, one tied to the Trooper, one tied to the Jedi Consular, one tied to the Smuggler, and even those tied to the Sith classes, which would include the Sith Warrior, Sith Inquisitor, Bounty Hunter, and Agent. And basically, here's what all these classes would get. So the Jedi Knight would get a Force Ground Pound. The Jedi Consular completing the Jedi Consular gives you the ability to throw, well, rocks at your opponents. Being a Trooper gives you an incendiary grenade to use on your enemies. Being the Smuggler gives you the ability to kick your opponents in specific place to disorientate them. The Sith Warrior grants the player the ability... completing the Sith Warrior grants the player the ability to use a Force Choke on any of the classes. Sith Inquisitor gives a Force Lightning ability for you to use on every class. The Bounty Hunter... oh, I can't remember. Oh, the Bounty Hunter gives you a flamethrower to use. And my personal favourite, the Imperial Agent ability, gives you an Orbital Strike, which actually does the most damage to the enemies. So yeah, that's something. Anyway, we should be coming up on Bengal Mor, because if we look in the corner of our eyes, we see the Forge. So we should be coming up on our final battle with Bengal Mor. Hopefully, August is still alive. Man, that'd be a way to go, being taken out by a former apprentice. Imagine that happening to a Jedi Master. There we go. So I'm gonna shush now because I believe there's a cutscene coming up about now.
I sensed you coming. Your fear betrayed you. You're weak, like my old master. You will fall with him.
You're not hurting anyone else, Bengal. It's over.
No, the will of the Force guided me here for justice, to restore what the Jedi lost. You weren't on Coruscant. You never saw our greatest cut down or watched the temple burn. I escaped that destruction to see my own master surrender to the Sith. They exterminated us, and he gave up.
You're wrong about Master Orgus. He's training me to defeat the Sith.
Weapons are only as strong as those who created them. The weak will be sacrificed here to make the Forge stronger. The Jedi Order must be reborn from ashes.
And here we go. Our actual first storyline boss in the form of Bengal Mor. This is the type of thing we would get at the end of basically any planetary story. There will always be like a big bad on every planet we're on. Like in this case, Bengal Mor is the main antagonist of the Tython storyline for the Jedi Knight. And he's only exclusive to the Jedi Knight. Like each character has their own final person to take defeat on every planet. So yeah, and we've just defeated Bengal Mor, so let's just talk to him quickly.
You've won. Why has the Force guided me to this defeat? You're stronger than any Jedi I've known. You could redeem the Order and destroy the Sith. I understand. You are the weapon I came to forge.
You think I'm destined to defeat the Empire?
I'm certain of it. I have found my purpose, at last. I have spent a lifetime learning the paths to power. That knowledge is now yours. Let me leave Tython and prepare the galaxy for your ascendance. I will deliver the gifts you need to reclaim your destiny.
You'll get the help you need, Bengal. But you can't leave here.
Shh. Go to sleep. Just a lovely... Look, we got two sleepers here. And we're meant... and we just need to talk to one of them. Well, let's check if August is still alive, actually.
Padawan, I must have you to thank for being alive.
I captured Bengal Mor, Master. He's resting quietly.
You've done a great thing. He deserves a second chance. The horrors he witnessed on Coruscant broke him, destroyed the gentle Padawan I trained. You, however, faced a challenge beyond any trial I could assign. There's nothing more I can teach you. All that's left is for you to enter the forge and construct your own lightsaber.
What is this place, Master?
The first Jedi came here to construct their lightsabers millennia ago. It's strong in the Force. Normally we make Padawans gather materials themselves, but you've proven enough. These are all the physical components. The rest will come from your mastery of the Force. I'll carry Bengal back to the Jedi Temple and get him help. Meet me there when you're ready.
It's time. We finally get our very own laser sword. So let's just... all we need to do is click on here.
This weapon will be a light in the darkness.
We finally did it. We got our lights. We got 2 lightsabers. Yeah, in the old days, we didn't used to get 2 lightsabers. So, it would really depend on the choice we made back with Bengal Mor. So, for example, if we chose to let him go, he would give us the ability to create... he would used to give us the ability to create the Dark Jedi's lightsaber. But now we just give him both lightsabers to... just cause... oh, I'll show off the strongholds later. Sometimes I tend to misclick. However, that actually does help. The fact that I get 2 lightsabers does help me out a bit. So, I can just put this one straight into my ability slot. Well, as my main weapon. But I'm going to take this because I pre-decided on this lightsaber with this crystal. And that's going in my outfitter. Ta-da! Behold, we are now a Jedi. For we now have the ability to utilize a laser sword. Now let's go and beat up that beast. Yeah, this guy just loves to smack me on the ground. And now he's been smacked on the ground. Little tip. Try not to level up at this fight. Otherwise he'll just respawn and you'll have to go through all this again. Except the bonus mission. But anyway, let's fast travel back to the Jedi Temple. But I think we've got at least one more mission to do, if I didn't do that in the last part. Well, first of all, let's do this, because that gives us the last mod piece we need to at least utilize our lightsaber for a decent amount of time. Again, whether you want to mod or gear up, that's completely up to you. But I'm more or less of a person that relies on what I'm given. But anyway, I'm gonna show off this little mission here, because this one is this one is exclusive to the Jedi Knight. But regarding all the other missions, including this one over here, this person over here, I might show him off with the Jedi Consular once I get round to them.
Peace unto you, friend. I bear word from the masters of the temple. Will you take a moment and hear my message?
By all means, my friend. Let us talk.
You do me great honor. Your present mission is all important, but the masters want to make sure you do not miss what the temple has to offer. When you have time, see Master Mujida. He will guide you in the other skills of the Jedi.
So yeah, this mission actually guides us to the trainers of Tython. They don't really have much use now due to the fact that we learn our skills on the fly. But it is good if you want free XP or access to your mount when you hit level 10. The only reason I still do it is because free XP.
Using a lightsaber is just as much science as art. We can spar anytime.
There we go. Now, we speak to the Jedi Council. And then our time on here will probably come to an end.
The Flesh Raiders are still a threat, but without Bengal's leadership, they'll be scattered and ill-equipped.
This temple could have been devastated. The entire order is in your debt, Padawan.
The enemy found weaknesses in our security. We have to guard against another Coruscant.
Agreed. And now we have concerns beyond the Flesh Raiders. Recent developments in the Twi'lek settlement demand a response.
Their matriarch betrayed me to Bengal, but she surrendered herself to us for judgment. You're doing, I understand. Good work.
You know the Twi'leks, Padawan. How do you recommend we proceed?
We created instability by refusing to help them. That has to change.
What happened to Master Orgus is almost unforgivable.
But if we do forgive and work with them, it can only improve both our communities. This young Jedi captured a fallen member of our order and saved this temple from destruction. I see no reason why he should remain a Padawan.
Your bravery, heroism, and sacrifice show great depth of character. You represent our best hopes for the future. You arrived on Tython a Padawan, but you leave a Knight of the Republic. May the Force be with you.
I promise to uphold every standard of the Jedi and Galactic Republic. This little droid and I have been through a lot. We're a great team.
Then I see no reason why you shouldn't stay together.
We're getting a priority signal from Coruscant. It's Master Kiwix.
Master Orgus, everyone, I've discovered a situation requiring further assistance. Our suspicions about Coruscant were correct. The dark presence we have long sensed is strongest here.
What could be worse than a fallen Jedi attacking us?
That's what we need to find out. The security of the entire Republic is at stake.
This situation calls for our very best. Master Orgus, you and your former pupils should join Master Quix on Coruscant.
Come to the Senate Tower as soon as you can. Master Quix, out.
No rest for us, my friend. Complete any unfinished business you have and take a shuttle to Coruscant.
I'll leave immediately, Master.
I need to wrap up some things before I go. Meet you on Coruscant.
Farewell. The Force will be with you, always.
Alright, so we've already been given our new task. And we were promoted to Jedi Knight. We're now Oplec Jeris, Knight of the Republic. So we just need to leave. Now it's time to say our final goodbyes to Tython. As we head onwards to the fleet and ultimately Coruscant. So what I'm gonna do is I'm quickly gonna open the chat and wave goodbye to our time on Tython. And welcome to the Republic fleet. This is what would be considered the main hub of any Republic characters. As you can see over there, there's another shuttle heading to Ord Mantell, which is the origin planet for the smuggler and the trooper. Whereas you'll see Jedi consulars and Jedi Knights come out of the shuttle from Tython. And of course most people gather around the middle, because that's where they'll find the legacy vaults and all that. But yeah, I will do like a main tour of the fleet, as there are like a few key places to explore. At least mainly all this part. As well as pick up one more of our lovely illustrious crew companions. But that will all be done in the next part, so this is where I'll call it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you sorry, I'm trying to get my words. I hope you enjoyed the video and our time on Tython, as now we'll be moving on to Coruscant eventually. So be sure to leave a like and comment if you enjoyed this video. And be sure to subscribe if you, just to let me know that you're enjoying all of my content. So I hope you have a lovely day, night or evening, wherever you may be, and I'll see you all later.